welcome to the Chesapeake Today Show. It's your Executive Director, David Loop.
And Candace Montgomery, Director of Life Enrichment.
Well, are we going to play an April Fool's joke on each other?
Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it's April already.
Yes. So have you ever done that? Have you done anything mischievous and try to pull the wool over someone's eyes?
I'm trying to think. I feel like in high school we always had big April Fool's things. Like the teachers like to prank us a little bit.
Yeah.
I can remember I think it was like a biology class, and my teacher, she tried to prank us with, it was like one of those, at the time we were dissecting frogs, so she was like trying to pull a prank on us with the frogs.
Yeah.
But I don't think like post, high school and college that I do anything.
So, I mean, like, here's the things that we could do. I mean, like, you could do it to Marcus, or I could do it to Vera.
Yeah.
Now, in your case, you could say, Marcus, I identified a third puppy that I just
oh my gosh,
had to do.
He would fall out on the floor.
Now, I could say to Vera, I'm going to bring home a German Shepherd. She would like,
Did she get excited?
Oh, no, she'd freak out.
Does she want a dog?
No.
Oh, no, okay. I got excited thinking, oh, can I talk to her? Can we make a dog happen?
So, no, we continue to say that we're okay without.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
a lot of work.
oftentimes, people have always flirted with the idea, say, well, we're expecting something. That's always another one.
Oh, right.
I mean, that would get your mom big time, wouldn't it?
I would be out on the floor if I said that. So I can't say that joke.
Yeah. But
yes, oh my gosh, there's so many things. It's fun.
And I guess what we don't know, and we haven't done this in a while, someone will have to maybe send either Candace or I, what's the research? What began that April Fool's Day?
That's a good,
So
I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't think I've
Yeah.
ever tested that in our trivia.
I don't think so either. I don't know where that came from.
So if anyone wants to enlighten us and or the rest of the residents, why don't you just send us an email or a little note, what is April Fool's Day's origin?
I'm sure somebody
Anyway.
knows out there or Googles it.
Yeah. But I guess if we did at least turn backwards into the last week of March,
Yeah.
well, after some heavy rains, which
my
seemed like,
goodness.
I don't know what the final count was, but I think we were way above rainfall in the month of March.
Right. It feels that way. It does.
Grass, everything looked green. Yes, it was great seeing it mowed for the first time. Quite a bit of the chickweed is gone, which was a phenomenon in itself. I was joking with some people saying, I think this is the year of chickweed and cicadas.
Yeah.
Because the cicadas, I think, are coming.
They're coming, yes.
Because they have that
exactly.
X number of years hiatus, and then they show up in abundance, and then we'll die down. But ooh, if they're out there.
Yeah.
But Davy Landscaping doing a nice job,
Looks beautiful.
and that's very nice. Seeing their work, mulching flowers, still a lot more little steps to go, but at least getting things mowed was good.
Yeah. Fountain is on.
A fountain,
Fountain
yeah.
looks beautiful.
So, and that it keeps on.
Right, I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah. So that was something. I guess we were just, James and I were saying, well, at least all the rain last week helped fill it a little bit.
That's true.
So that's good.
That's good.
Last week had a nice dinner with resident council.
Good, yeah.
Something that I think we've done it probably 4 or 5 years now, maybe 6, where Vera and I have just hosted the outgoing and incoming resident council and a guest. Chef Julian did a phenomenal meal, nice service. And it's just acknowledging their volunteerism, thanking to be their council service, gives Julian and the team just a way to stretch their feathers and create a beautiful meal. So that was last week, so that was nice.
That is nice. I think residents really appreciate that. Something
I think
different.
so. And just to be able to sit around a table, a little different, but just very nice.
Good. You had
So-
good attendance?
Was very nice attendance, and we, some flowers to the ladies stepping off, some candies for the gents. So, Paula's does a great job helping me coordinate getting that ready, of course, and then the kitchen. So
Good.
just one of those
Awesome.
things now that becomes sort of a tradition, and I think, I like some traditions.
Of
It's
course.
good to keep them going.
Yes, residents appreciate that
Yeah.
too. Good.
So that occurred. Good Friday services.
Good Friday service, which was packed in the Chesapeake room. Last year we did the Explorer room and we were overflowing. So Uwe said Chesapeake room this year, and that was a smart decision because it's a meaningful service.
And the day before that, we had town hall.
That's right.
And with town hall, good attendance. Appreciate that as a rainy day, but better to do than come to town hall. Anisha was sort of orientated, or that's not initiated,
Maybe.
with a tough report in that not a lot of facts were given. Probably not as much background as could have been offered on the timing and when we'll put in place a separate price for holiday special event guest meals, a little bit higher than residents. And we didn't give a good illustration of what is, I think the goal is to always keep your price as residents within your dining dollars reasonable. Then there's a different amount because there are guests and external that do eat more, and there is some justification for this. Particularly if it's a single person bringing 5, 6, 7 guests, which does happen on times. So it's just trying to make it fair. Don't want to discourage guests, so we'll watch this, but more to come on it. But there was robust conversation, appropriately so. But that was in there. Talked a little bit more about trying to explain why foods are or are not included when it comes to the to go.
Yeah.
So, just a couple interesting conversations and discussions that I know will continue. But we'll keep you informed.
So it's the cost of food to go out to eat. I mean, you still get a lot for your money here. That's for sure.
Can
The
do so.
quality.
Well, and something that's that Vera's brought to my attention because of her Mediterranean cooking, etc. Both in salads and a lot of times we use olive oil for so much cooking, etc. And it's like up to $50 a gallon.
Gosh, it's crazy.
So it just
Yeah.
unbelievable that price. And she was even bringing to my attention a bag of craisins. We'll go to Costco and get craisins. I don't know if you like them on your salads.
Yeah, they're good.
They're like 3 times more what they used to be.
It's crazy. Yeah.
At one point, I think they even had like double bags, and it was like, $6.99 or whatever. Now it's like $13 or whatever for a single bag.
It's sad,
So-
if you want to eat healthy and it's
And
more
for the
expensive.
residents, you don't grocery shop. It's amazing. I think about my mother feeding my sisters and I, family of 5, mom, dad, sisters, and I. And this is in the 60s, $20 a week.
Oh my gosh.
She made it work. She got chicken and ground beef, and she got foods, and she did it somehow.
She could stretch it
And
yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say, I bet you Vera and I spend $200 a week.
Oh, easily these days.
And,
oh my
and
gosh.
that's not with the stock up of if I'm getting some fish or other things to put in the freezer.
Meats, things like that.
But very different.
It's very, very different these days.
So-
So the price point is still, you get a lot of bang for your buck.
I think
here.
so. And I know it's difficult. I was trying to emphasize even like with that holiday special events buffets, the holiday meals. Even if it happens to be, even if it hits 30 for a guest, that's almost $15 to $20 less than any other buffet in
Oh
the
my
region.
gosh, easily.
In the region.
Easily, especially for the quality and the variety of things that are offered.
And just hope people realize that's really the perspective you have to think about. And there are some residents who don't have a lot of guests. Should they be subsidizing those residents who have a lot of guests? And that's another factor.
And I think there was another resident that asked, because I think a few folks might have been panicking, this is only for special events.
Yeah, special events
buffets.
and some of the holidays where the chef really tries to push the envelope. That's where you see the more of the just plethora of seafood, shrimps, etc., the carved tenderloins, etc. Those are more expensive, and there are some people, and I know I'm guilty of it. If I'm going to a buffet, I go to those high-cost protein items. There's always those fillers and breads and pastas.
Right.
Some people avoid that, and it is a much more expensive plate.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, good. There was a lot of extra insight
So that's
there.
that. Was it last week? Was our little bunny hop?
Yes. Well, yeah. Before the weekend before that, but
so,
we can still recap on that.
It was still fun.
It was fun.
And seeing some of those pictures and hearing some of the parent stories about trying to
oh my
separate out
gosh.
candy. Did Clint get overdone on sugar, or how did he do?
He did okay. He just got overzealous with picking up the eggs because it was kind of comical because he was thinking, oh, these are all just for the kids. But Barbara Howe went down to pick one up and Clint got it before she could get it. And I said, Clint, you're going to have to give that to her. Because I wanted to make sure their residents could still take part because they like doing things that make them feel like a kid again.
Yeah. Well, but I think though that it's still something. It was an activity.
Oh, yeah.
What was your thoughts and discussion with Crystal? Is it a good Saturday event? Is it a weekday event? What are your thoughts?
We're trying to decide. I think next year we're going to have a different take on it because we really want people to come out. I think for team members, the Saturday just doesn't work for most people.
Yeah.
We've tried a Friday before, it's touch and go. If it's a Friday, they may not be able to bring their kids. It's a tough one.
Yeah, because
It's tough.
that's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
One could offer, we'll do it on a Friday. You may get a couple more walkers, but you're not going to get the kids.
You're not going to get the kids.
Because either they're in school
Yeah.
or mom and dad can't go home and bring them back.
Exactly.
So
It's
maybe it
tricky.
is just a Saturday. It's one of those things you just say, if you like it and residents enjoy it, you just stick with it and just take the
Yeah.
incremental.
Sure.
There always could be a little fun extras, but I think reputation can grow it.
Yeah.
See what
and
happens.
they love seeing the Easter Bunny too, because I know our Easter Bunny made rounds that
Yeah.
Saturday to different levels of care too. So
And I think the temperature was appropriate, that the bunny
was.
didn't overheat.
that's right. That's
Um,
very important.
yeah,
Yes.
'cause
That's
that's,
a lot of work that goes into that.
Yeah. Good thing it's a skinny costume. I never have to worry
Yes.
about being asked to be the bunny. So it's okay for me.
Now, does the Easter Bunny visit your house? Do you do anything with Easter?
Yeah, early on, we did. I think we sort of moved away from it.
Sure.
Talking to my daughter, her 18, 16, 13-year-olds, they expect every year
something.
the Easter egg hunt.
Oh, okay.
They do an Easter egg and
Okay.
a basket hunt. And I was talking to daughter Jennifer, and she was reminiscing, saying, "Dad, the Easter bunny
Right.
would hide baskets," and that's what we did. And she always knew that she was the one that would be patient and always smartest and had to work it out. And the bunny sometimes even had to leave a trail of puzzles.
Oh my
And
gosh.
it took her sometime an hour or so to find her basket.
What? Oh
And
my
she said, "Dad, I remember that." And guess what? I'm now doing that to her daughter Morgan.
She likes
because
it so
Morgan
much.
really wants to be challenged. Where are the eggs? Where's the
That's
basket?
Fun.
So,
oh my gosh.
So it's not just an easy thing. I remember
Yeah.
one year where I had hung it, suspended it inside the clothes dryer.
No way.
So you open up, you didn't see it, but you got down low enough, you'd see that it was. I had a little.
Oh my gosh.
The bunny had to be creative. So
Holy smokes, that bunny ate extra carrots to think up all those
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
Oh man.
so yeah, interesting those things, but the
Yeah.
fondest memories, and this Easter included, just hearing the singing and the playing of Christ the Lord is risen
Oh,
today.
sure.
I will hum that for a week now.
Yeah.
And that's how it sits
just
with
kind
me.
of gets your mindset,
Yeah.
and it's a nice time of
Yeah,
year for sure.
yeah. Well, and I know I saw several residents last week. This is really is the week before Good Friday
Yeah.
at Jesus Christ Superstar,
That's
which was sort of a
right.
good timing for CNU to get that Broadway, because it is the Easter story
That's perfect.
in Andrew Lloyd Webber pop opera, and it was well done. And
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did John Lennon play that character originally?
did John Legend?
John Lennon. Was he involved in that? When I was doing my 1969 research, I could have swore I read something about him
Yeah.
being involved in that. I don't know if that's true.
I can't say that.
Yeah.
Because John Legend played it in the TV version,
Really?
which was done
Oh, I
a
didn't
couple
know that.
years ago. Jesus Christ Superstar was put on as a musical on live TV.
Oh, really?
And John
Okay.
did a great job with his voice,
I bet.
etc.
Wow.
And Sarah Bareilles played Mary
Oh.
Magdalene, and Sarah has a beautiful voice. So
Yeah.
those two. Now, who originally did it on Broadway, and what year did it come out on Broadway? It could go back
I think it does.
a
but
number of
I
years.
swear I read that somewhere.
So you think about Andrew Lloyd Webber and all the things he has done. That, Cats,
Right, Cats. That's right. I forgot about
was
that.
Wicked
Was
his? Clearly Phantom of the Opera is.
Phantom of the Opera, yeah. He's
So,
got quite the list.
so I guess you will have to respond to that trivia, or we'll have to figure it out. Did John Lennon have
Yeah.
any piece to that?
It would make sense, I think.
Could be.
Could see
could
the
be
hair.
Biddle. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
But yes, that was very appropriate for sure.
So April 1st, I
Yeah.
know after the April Fools, hopefully my daughter and granddaughter got their birthday card April 2nd.
Oh.
Interesting, both daughter and then her niece,
Oh my goodness.
my granddaughter, were
Yeah.
born on the same day.
Too cool.
So Katie and Rebecca share that together, and
That's fun.
Katie is Rebecca's godmother,
Wow.
so they have that little connection.
I
so
like when things like that happen. My son and my father-in-law, they share a birthday. And
they?
it's just cute. It's
Yeah.
just something exciting that you can kind of talk
they
about.
can,
so.
and the two of them will always have that kindred
For
spirit,
sure.
because I think it's true for Rebecca and Katie.
Yeah, so when we have our birthday parties and we sing happy birthday, we're singing to both of them.
Yeah.
So makes him feel like he's young at heart again too.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is the first full week in April. So I'm actually off this week. So you're seeing this pre-aired. Clint has his spring break, so looking forward
Very
to
nice.
hopefully some good weather.
Any plans?
So the beginning of the week is some rain is projected. So we've got some spring cleaning happening around the house, doing our own kind of spring cleaning yard work. And the Easter Bunny is bringing Clint things for a Star Wars room, specifically Lego Star Wars. So we're going to be repainting, doing some things there because he had a space-themed bedroom, but it kind of morphed into Spider-Man and different things. So he's in that age where he's wanting a special room of a new thing that he's into. So we're going to purge toys and do some things. But then the end of the week, we're going to be going to Outer Banks. So
Good.
yeah, a nice little getaway. And
Very nice.
hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun. Looking forward to it.
Very good. Well, that's a nice way to enjoy it. And now that you've got that sort of ritual for the next X number of years, 18, whatever.
I know.
Well, 12 I should say.
I know.
Of spring breaks, etc. And it was always fun. I mean, with the kids and how you just respond to those academic calendars, days off, etc. Start planning life differently.
I always loved spring break too. I have so many fond memories of traveling and just visiting family during that time. So it's definitely a good thing.
Yeah.
Just hopefully, it's interesting how the Virginia weather here, you just never know if it's going to be rainy, warm, sunny. It's hard to say. But
so, being from the area, do you take Clint to the Living Museum? Do you go to the Children's Museum? All those things. Do you frequent?
we do the Virginia Living Museum a lot because they have that dinosaur area. If you've been there, Clint loves that. I have not taken him to the Children's Museum. That's the one in Portsmouth, right?
I think so.
We do the aquarium pretty frequently in Virginia Beach, but we have not ventured out to the. I have fond memories of the Children's Museum growing up, but I haven't taken Clint there.
And then I've been to it, and I just am curious what the locals. I've been to the NASA down in Hampton as well.
Oh yes,
So
that's
you've
a
been
good
to
one.
that
That's a good one.
It probably he's still at an age where the Williamsburg and the more history is not quite there.
We love doing Colonial Williamsburg though, just walking. We've done that since he's little, but he's more so fascinated. You've been down Duke of Gloucester Street, all the stairs that go on each house. I can remember him being like 2 and just wanting to. That's all we did was up and down the stairs.
Climb.
It's like, okay, let's go to the next house, and it would take us forever to make it back to the car.
Or if you probably came to your senses and said, "Let him," because he's burning energy, which means he'll either sleep better on the way home or tonight.
Or keeping him awake in the car was always the thing at that time of like, stay awake, stay awake, stay awake, because they get that little power nap and then forget about it. They're up for however long. Which is now the cycle we're in with Indy. So it all is like having a kid again, It's like,
so she's napping in the day and staying up at night?
Well, he just, he just wants to, if he falls asleep, then he's ready and raring to go, and the rest of us are ready. And Bucky looks at him like, please leave me alone. He wants to play. And Bucky's like, he's in his senior age where he just wants to relax. And, so it's like having a baby again, having a puppy, that's for sure.
Good.
But yeah.
So what we got going on this week then?
So this full week first week in April here. So we have on Tuesday our Langley shopping trip, 9 a.m., leaving from the Hampton entrance. Starting a lunch break walking group meeting right at the community center entrance at 12:30. Now this is happening Tuesdays and Thursdays. You can certainly come. This is open for team members, residents, anybody. If you need an accountability of just walking, meet at 12:30 right at the community center entrance. And then that afternoon at 2 o'clock, the bereavement support group in the Harbor Room. Wednesday, we have our friends from the public library coming in for our mobile library right there in front of the cafe. Taking a lunch trip at 11:15 to Hayashi Sushi and Grill, leaving from the Hampton entrance. And then Crystal is also starting at 12:30 a Grow Getters gardening class, partnering with Jim Johnston, coming out to the Funny Farm, learning a little bit more about his work there, which he's very excited about because I hear they really need some folks to participate to keep it going. So hopefully folks will come out and take part in that. That evening, this month, we've thrown in some James Bond movies. So at 7 p.m., Live and Let Die in the Explorer Room. Residents have been requesting James Bond, so that's kind of neat to see thrown in there. Thursday, we have our Catholic prayer service in the Harbor Room at 9:30. Mystery bus ride at 10 a.m., leaving from the Hampton entrance. Our Creative Writing Club, they're back gathering again at 11 a.m. in the Harbor Room. If you're interested in participating in that, I know Stephanie is looking for more folks. She's also trying to get a group of residents to go into the memory care neighborhood to do poetry reading.
Nice.
She's actually certified in doing like therapeutic poetry readings, and so I really think that'll go well with the memory care folks. So she's looking for more residents who are interested in that, just to simply do some readings. You know, they might touch on different types of things, but can be very therapeutic. So that's happening on Thursday. Again, that lunch break walking group is happening at 12:30. Line dancing. So this is a monthly demand now because it was such a big hit last month. So at 2 p.m., line dancing with this individual's name is Cindy in the Chesapeake Room. Then we have the book club that evening at 7. Then on the 5th, the communication coffee, 9:30 a.m. in the Explorer Room. Miss Platzman is starting up her decorative painting class again, so that's at 10 a.m. in the Creative Arts Studio. We're picking that up for April. And then 1 o'clock, we're doing a Chesapeake University Daughters of Destiny. It's a Cultural Heritage Month for April, so we've got different focuses with that. That's going to be in the Explorer Room. And then that evening, there is a trip to the Ferguson at 7 for Virginia Symphony. Orchestra presents To Whitney with Love. That should be a good one.
Yeah. So I'm assuming that must be songs of Whitney Houston.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Yeah.
That should be nice.
good.
So yeah, full week for sure.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be thinking of, obviously the whole Easter reflection. Let the sunny days and warmer days continue.
Yes.
So one of the thoughts that I just think we can maybe over the next couple weeks talk about is
Yes.
preparing for Earth Day.
Perfect. That's what I was going to say next
So
too.
April 22nd. So had a conversation just last Friday with Nature's Best Landscaping. It's a smaller company. It's like a 1-2 person show.
Okay.
Young man, James Little, good person. And we met with him. We chatted about some things that could happen out there. And over the next couple weeks, he's going to be removing a lot of the big overgrown bushes that have been hiding little transformers and little things and this and that.
Yeah.
And then last Friday, he placed the landscape order for like 30, maybe 40 bushes and shrubs and other things that we specified that we will be planting on April 22nd.
Awesome.
So he'll get them all out here between the 19th of April. He'll probably give it a sample planting in each area.
Yeah.
And then there's going to be need for diggers,
There
and we're
is.
going to be having a plant. So that,
Planting
some
party.
flowers out there. You'd said it back last week at Town Hall. Yes, those who would rather just help maybe with the raised garden and helping some flowers there. Some people may just want to walk around and help pick up some trash.
Yep.
Yes, there still could be some painting of some of these safe pedestals that are out in, and just a roll of green paint. That may be your cup of tea. Make sure it's latex so you can clean it off. But April 22nd.
Yeah.
So I'm just hopeful, anxious to see not just Gloucester Commons come around, but the courtyard, still figuring out some other things in the Hampton courtyard.
Yeah. Memory Care Courtyard. I think it's going to be a really great day for the whole community to take part, and that's why I really wanted to focus on that in Town Hall, because I have so many folks who know they want to participate, but they just have varying physical capabilities. So we have all different types of needs. It's not just getting on the ground and digging, but you could be seated and do some things too. So.
And if you happen to be comfortable and you could take your electric scooter out and you just want to be the transporter of water to some of the workers, you could get some fresh air and you could move around some water, so that's another possibility.
That's a good
I
one.
imagine there could be some other treats that are shared with workers,
Sure.
so you could help in that area. So a number of things that are possible, so we'll have to really plan this out. Where's the cooler at? Where's the waters?
Yeah.
What are the little treats? We have something at the end of the day, so
Yeah, because it's a lot of work that needs to be done, but we'll have a good team between team members and residents.
and vendors.
That's right.
So we have several
Yes.
vendors now that are
Yeah.
going to be contributing
That's right.
time. So we'll let them get their work gloves on and dig a few holes.
And we may have one or two students from Peninsula Catholic High School. I know a majority of them are going to be able to help us on the 12th, but I'm
Okay.
trying to work out to maybe one or two can come on the 22nd. They have their planned community cleanup days that they designate,
Yeah.
and that they kind of map those out at the beginning of the year. So, but we're trying to coordinate with maybe having a couple on the 22nd.
Yeah. Boy, I'm just thinking, what could, with the kids' energy, we
Oh,
go and
gosh.
let them
We
rip
could
out.
really-
Well, maybe they could rip out the weeds and clean those 2 grass areas at Hampton Courtyard.
Oh,
'Cause I'd
I
love
did
to-
notice that this morning.
I'd love to
so-
get that cleaned, and then either
Okay.
we're going to need to seed it or maybe even look at turfing it. It could be
okay.
a little experiment of the turf that we ultimately put out by the pavilion, and we could test it. We've got some turf that we can test
Yeah.
and think about that's over in memory care,
Right.
but we really need to think about what would potentially work for wickets to go into and some croquet.
Yeah.
What would be sturdy and firm to walk on?
Sure.
What would accept chairs? So if there's a little concert going on, so a lot of things.
Okay.
So,
Very nice.
ideas.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're interested in volunteering, please let me know. I've had one or two of you contact me since town
Yep.
hall, which is good. So
Earth Day, April 22nd.
perfect day to do it.
Yep.
And that's Vera's birthday.
That
I
is
remember
right.
that now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all have any
So-
special plans?
A few days ahead of time, I think we got a concert. Got a couple of things we'll do.
Good.
But
Good.
always enjoyable. And by
Yeah.
that time, she's starting to think of a few weeks after that, she'll be heading to Albania, visiting her parents. So that's
Very
always
nice.
on her mind.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be exciting.
Yep.
Good.
Does that give us a
I
good
think,
cover?
yeah, that's the only kind of
Okay.
plug for the month that I wanted to make sure of something to look forward
Yeah.
to. So,
So we'll do
yeah.
so. And beyond that, continued a lot of things happening. If you happen to stroll out around the health services entrance, you'll see Davy Landscaping doing a major project there and getting that landscape in place. So
Okay.
that's occurring. And a lot just more things happening behind the scenes, but that will be the most visible thing just to see.
Yeah, exciting times, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Alrighty. Well, no special interview today.
Not
More
today.
other things yet in our future airings, but for this week and again the Easter week that we just enjoyed. Hope you all have a great one, and thanks for being with us.
Thank you.